So if we look into the solution that I have here in the garden, then I have two systems. As said, all are connected with the Gardena Smart system, and this is a controller that actually manages 6 pipes. I also have another control system. This is using the normal tap water, as you can see in here. So not very eco-friendly, but I think many of us need to rely on that. But I also have another solution I will show you a bit later, and that is based on water from rainwater. So it's a bit similar, but again more eco-friendly because it collects the water from the roof. Now this system is connected with the smart system here, and then it goes down to 2 boxes, and they have altogether 6 pipes. So those pipes are being controlled by a small computer, which I can control via the app, and as said, it's all connected to the Wi-Fi system. So whenever I go in and manually say that it needs to water, for instance, 2 or 5 minutes, then I can open up the wave number 6, and then it will give some mist or whatever is set for that pipe. I can also automatically set the system to water on timing that I decide which time and how long, and this is of course the most important part with an automatic watering system, that you need to understand the need of your trees. And in my garden you can see I have a variety of different type of trees, and for that reason I have many different pipes to control the watering of those. Back in the end of the garden, you'll not be able to see it from here, but there are a lot of evergreens, and they need a bit of a different, not only watering schedule, but also another fertilizer schedule. So some of these trees get more water and some get less water, again depending on their specific needs. But again, if we then go back to the system here, you can see I have a big hydro system, Super DOS 15. That is actually something that is used in the farming industry to control the level of medicine to the deer, so to the animals. But it's also utilized in the green industry, where it's utilized to control the dose of fertilizer. And I have this box with fertilizer. It's organic fertilizer. It's an organic system from Bonsai Sensor, and this is very carefully measured up, such that first of all, the tap water comes out with 4 bar. So this is driven by the pressure of the tap water. So I need to understand exactly what is the measurement or the solution, dissolution of the fertilizer, and then put it on exactly the right measurement. This is definitely working very well for me. So I have good experience with this fluid fertilizer solution, especially when it's organic. And I will not recommend the synthetic fertilizer. I did use that for a very small time in the autumn, and I did experience that some of the pines were actually burned because I did not manage to get the right solution. It was simply too strong. So let's go down and see the other system that I have. As said, it's built on a system where I collect rainwater from the roof. So it actually collects from all of the roof and go down through this pipe, and I can control this by pulling this out then it goes down to the normal pipe system. If I pull it in, back in, then it goes into the tank I have down here, which have approximately 3,000 liters of water. I have this net to collect some of the stuff from the roof, and then you can see down here there's a big pump from Gardena, and yeah, so it will automatically turn on whenever the computers need to have water. You can also see there's a small pipe down here. This is actually for me to be able to control with tap water. So if I'm on holiday, for instance, and I know that the tank is not full, as you can see it's not very full currently, then I can simply just fill it up with tap water. Again, just utilizing my telephone, and then say let's fill it up for the next 20 minutes. And then it's connected into this box where I have a filter. I have different filters to ensure that no dust or dirt go into the micro drip system. And this one is controlled with a smaller computer. It's only a one pipe system, but it's working exactly the same as the other one with the 6 pipe system. Easy to operate and very, very simple to install. And this is Mr. Kimura. Yeah, he's my guard dog, protecting the trees. If we look at some of the trees here, you can see the way that it has been connected is that, yeah, let me see if we start by going to the ground. I will show you a bit later the different pipes. There are 2 sizes of pipes, a supply pipe and then the smaller pipes. And I have spent a lot of time digging this into the ground, because I don't like to see the pipes more than I have to. And here you can see that it goes up. It's connected right here, and it goes up, and then you have the first micro drip. Yeah, different places. You have one right here, so you can have them in orange and black. Orange 2 liters per minute, and black 4 liters per minute. You can also have them with this one here, which is adjustable. They're not so reliable, actually. I will talk about that later. You can also have this small one, which is some mist. You can see it here, and it gives some nice mist or rain that is very good for many of these evergreen trees, because they get the water and fertilizer also from the leaves. Now let me go in and show you some of the fittings. And while I go in to my small workshop, I can also say that establishing a system like this, it does take a long time. It is a bit of a heavy process, but I can say that whenever you have done it, you'll be very happy, and that is at least my experience. So let's look at some of the fittings here. So as said, we have this 13 millimeter pipe, which is the main supply pipe, and then you have the 4.6 millimeter supply pipe that goes to the various trees. So this is often the part that is actually digged under or buried under the dirt, because I don't want to see this. Now, when we put together this stuff here, you need to be very careful and ensure that this small metal thing is really connecting here, because that prevent the hose from actually slipping off. I have not experienced, or I would rather say I've experienced it once that this has happened, and that was of course not very good, because it was happening under the ground. I was very lucky that one of my friends he discovered where it was from, but this is the only time I've experienced this in 19 years. And I started out by establishing this system at my father's place back in 2000, and then re-establishing a new system here where I moved in 2005. and only one time have I had an incident of that. In the end, when it happens, it's often because you have not been careful enough in terms of making sure that things are fitting up nicely. But you can see here some of the various connectors. You have these pipe picks which you put into the ground, and then it's fixed, so you can place them exactly where you want them to drip. This is a very important little part, because the thing is that when you use these drip heads, if you have a lot of calcium in the water, it will over time actually be somehow locked up, and there's a small, yeah, you can see it here, perhaps this, yeah, what do you call this, small bowl or whatever, and sometimes it gets stuck. So you actually just take this yellow thing, put it in, and go forward and back, and then it slips. However, you will also see that some of the heads get very white, and actually, in my experience, that is a sign that it has to be altogether removed and replaced with a new one. I would say that these drip ends last approximately 3 to 4 years, and then you simply need to change them, because this is where the challenge is with the system. It's not maintenance free. You need to maintain it. So every spring when you start it up again, be careful to go and look at each and every tree to see that they get the water that you expect. And especially when we come to these adjustable things, they have a tendency to simply lock up, and they're not very good. So you need to actually pay attention to those during the summer, because they can start out by being okay, and then all of a sudden they just lock up, and it could be because of the calcium, but also algae also gets into the drip ends sometimes. So again, be careful to utilize this yellow thing once in a while. Yeah, if you yeah, we have also these small ones here, and these are these are this is a mist nozzle. This is a mist nozzle, and I'll show you how things work a bit later. I'll definitely recommend these. These are very good to get some really nice mist, which covers